CIT, Laurentides, ligne 81, direction ouest. CIT, Laurentides, line 81, heading west.
Well, hey there guys, so we're on board this 2007 LFS, Charlie 81 to Point Calumet. do you prefer, American seating or these? Yeah, me too also. But what brand are these? Interlock is shit. Only these ones, only Paquet Transcovec, they sound like that, the interlock.
I would assume it's simply just to differentiate the two directions
determine it. AELS.
AELS what?
Yeah. Like for the different 96 routes.
Okay.
So 96 auto route, express, local, super.
But how did
But that I understand.
So there's a version of the all the way till it gets in instead of leaving earlier.
Yeah,
And then Super Express just goes straight to the tunnel.
exactly.
Okay.
No stops.
Yeah.
See, here's my thing. Why is it called the 96? Say it on a much over.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know, because honestly, like,
Yeah, but when you think about it, when you look at number 96, it goes good with the route.
Yeah, I guess.
what do you mean it goes to?
I don't know. If they put a different number like 97, it wouldn't look as good. 97.
That's the thing, it's that UK is huge on number branding, but here no, it's just whatever.
You know what? One thing I've noticed, and I think Chris can agree with me, is that, well, I don't know about Chris, but for me, when I see a bus, the number of the bus and the color defines the character of the bus.
Yeah.
Like 8063 and 40, like 8042, 8063, I can tell those are shit boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good to know that. I'm good at
I kinda
determining.
agree with you, but the purples in med sector.
Okay, so you're not talking about route numbers anymore.
No, we're talking about vehicles.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell by purple and med sector is shit. Green is decent. Salmon pink is decent. Beige is decent. Teal like greenish color, good. Your favorite 3095 decent.
Ah, shit.
Any like 3087 is decent. 3079 is decent. 3083 and 3091 total junk.
Which one?
3083 or 3091, that like big blue cyan.
Why
that's
chunk?
junk? They never work.
Alright.
They never work. The Ecomat's decent. Yeah. I think that's about it.
The problem of my sector, we don't have enough colors, so I can't really characterize them. Which color's bad and which color's
Yeah, that's the
good.
thing. When it comes to identifying vehicles, I always go by fleet number. I'm used to SDN, where basically all the vehicles of a certain vintage are all exactly the same. So it's like I literally cannot distinguish a horse other than a fleet number or if it has a big feature or body panel. Like the 2087s.
Yeah. Oh, 28700s.
Yeah,
Yeah. Off those.
I love those.
I mean, I didn't mind them, but I can guarantee you they weren't the best for the SDM, or maybe it's because they didn't give a shit about them.
Probably the latter, because the thing is, after about 2010, that's when the SDM just started constantly running out of money due to constant mismanagement.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm used to third gens being absolutely horrible, because they were bought by the SDM at a time when the SDM was dead broke from
Oh yeah.
the Montmorency extension.
Okay.
And they just blew $1 billion on the Azures.
Okay.
The MR63s had a little life left on them.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
right when they spent the money for the Azures way back in 2010. That's why they called MPM 10. That's when the contract was signed.
Yeah, I know.
And so they were spending up. They were they were spending up the wazoo. They had no more money. They got a bunch of new bosses that went straight into being neglected. And that's how the third gens went straight from okay, this is nice to absolutely shit within a year and a half.
No maintenance.
Yeah, and even then, the third gens have always had issues because again, it was
It was a redesign.
yeah, it was the first years of the.
But I think the top two designs for the LFS, I think, were the second and the fourth gens.
I agree with you, but aesthetically, I prefer the first gen. Honestly, if I could, I would spec a fourth gen, but with first gen aesthetics. So square, frameless windows, narrow doors, frameless, and back, and the whole back. It's not just a little window, the whole back.
Hey, there's a lake or quarry. No, there's a quarry. and white bean.
White Lean.
No, white B-E, like a bean.
Well, yeah, because there's such a thing as white beans.
There's autobus de montagne.
Oh, yeah. We used to have the school buses on AQN.
Yeah,
Oh, that gosh.
I'm gonna miss that movie. You know where this route goes by, eh?
Where?
Ciroc Club.
Exactly.
Because I took in the 80. I think it was the 81, yeah, it was.
I think it took the 80 before Cola.
I took the 81 before, but I took a picture of it for Instagram. And I did take it to go to United to catch the bus.
Yeah,
So what I
yes.
have.
But what is that clicking sound every time I hear from the back door when the bus accelerates?
The door locking.
The door lock? Okay.
Yeah, because it has a mechanism to lock it in that, or it's the solenoid valve. It's like air combo to the door locking.
Because he closed the door while he was driving, so the interlock wasn't on for the back door.
The thing is, the interlock comes on when you take off from a stop.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, but with these buses, you can drive with the door open,
Yeah.
Yeah, because the front door is literal.
except if you put the ramp
Yeah.
or you kneel it.
Yeah, those old.
Does Ben use that?
No, because it does nothing different.
No, the kneeling.
Yes, he does.
Okay. At least he does that.
Yeah, I would use it.
I use it.
Yeah, Ben does the kneeling. He's told me that with his sector, with elderly population, that is the class.
Yes.
Like, I do it wherever there's no sidewalk, because the LFS is meant to be level with the sidewalk. Not with Norfolk.
And also the fact that with the LFS, he also does the kneeling sidewalk with the right. So yes, he does use the kneel.
Okay.
He can't really use the ramp on the 2018s because there's no space for wheelchair.
Well, yeah.
But if there was 21s, yes, he would afford a wheelchair person.
Go back to it.
Where's the train?
More specifically, what's the train track?
But I think I can only imagine there was one there.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd have to look at where we are on the railway map
Yeah.
to see if there's a map of the railway map.
Because I know there's a bike path where my cottage is, and at a certain point, like the ground is so high up where the bike path is, and like there had, and I
That's
even looked.
very common, either that or an old.
No. I looked it up. There was a railway back then. Is the road all gravel?
At the minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's not even leveled.
Imagine we had a mini.
Imagine if we took an LFS off roading.
Oh, no, I would take a Bluebird off-roading.
Actually, because you love it so much, you probably take a chain.
Or vicinity with super singles.
Yeah. Or an Amazon van if we want to see something that's stuck in something that has tiny tires.
Or a Hino.
Yeah, that would actually be decent, especially
brought an old STM phone here. An old STM rotary phone. What are you talking about?
The seats.
Oh, the seats?
Yeah, I think these are real good seats. It's
Okay.
just the upholstery is so cool that it's fucking on. She generally see.
No, if you want these seats hard as hell, take any of the 3000s in bed sector.
Yeah.
They're finished.
All if I ever end up having to work in that, all I go this is all
Hey, Chris,
Yeah,
does 3384 still have the old driver's seat? Yes, eh?
I think so.
Okay. Because we have two buses with those seats in my division. 378 and 3569.
Your favorite?
378, I don't mind the seat. But 3569, I'm not a big fan of that one. Even though it's the same model. Because I find the one on 3569 is too padded. I don't like it. Like, even if I have the seat all the way to the ground, you know? Oh yeah, so Tuesday I did my evaluation test with my supervisor, eh?
Evaluation for what?
Just the 60-day evaluation. I think it's something when they hire new drivers, I guess. It's not just me who did it, so.
That's weird. That's the thing is one higher by
Sorry?
one higher than my
No, by transitive.
He transferred from being a bus washer to a bus driver.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that's what it said. He said he was out of April. I literally had no idea he was in April.
So he came with me on my 29,
Yeah.
both of them, so, and then the Wednesday, so pretty much, yeah, so, it's obviously a pass, so, like they and they said, I drive good and all that, I'm always there to help on the weekends in case of something.
Yeah.
You know what someone said? I don't know. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
You know when he texted me? He texted me. I don't know if he has the connection to the radio to his phone. I don't know. But he texts me. He says, your job is to drive the bus, not to think. Break down that 3042 had. Because I said, okay, I think it's better off if I go with the tow truck. I cancel my departure and then 3042 takes my bus for its Valleyfield. Except so I came up with because me, I'm good at yeah. I don't know how the hell he heard that conversation. I can only guess this because he found a way to connect the.
Or maybe he has a scanner at home.
Maybe.
That's very possible because considering the amount of range those radios can cover,
Yes.
I would not be shocked if.
That's Chicago Park.
Oh yeah.
What a dump. No, but like seriously, like
It's nice in the days when I used to do that.
no, but like seriously, like I mean, like come on, really? I hate it when people say your job is just to drive drive the bus. I know. It's not
Your
it.
job is also customer service. What the fuck do you think you can do when you open the door?
Yeah. And it was during the weekend, and I just had to cancel just one departure. I was able to do my last one on time, so.
Yeah.
And I knew before I was probably going to be able to cover my last departure on time. Because me, I'm good at thinking ahead.
Yeah.
I'm good at, it's not, what's the word I'm thinking about? It's not, well, estimating, yes, but what's the other word?
Foresight.
Sorry?
Foresight.
I guess, but it's another word I know. I can't remember.
Calculating.
What?
Problem solving.
Well, problem solving, yes, but I don't know, whatever. Yeah, no, but I'm good for that. And let me tell you, man,
So,
like,
weirdest thing I've seen on Nova, this is an emergency exit.
probably just change the window.
Yeah, probably, but still, very interesting to see that they do have it. Wait a minute, no, that's not possible. Because the windows up front are different size. They're not the same size. So this had to be built as an emergency window.
Oh, no, it was because I remember, you're right, yeah, no, I remember the second gens, they had those. Oh, did I ever tell you about my ex-colleague, what he said? He works for Bucket, he's a washer.
Yeah, what did you say?
I said, I told him, why don't you go bus fanning and all that? He's like you go to come to just in the stash or whatever. He's like, no, like, you know what he says? He said, oh, it's weird that because that I'm taking pictures of my own buses and the drivers know me. Who cares? I
The
did.
bus fan ever since I was a kid is what led me to this fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'm gonna walk in there, I'm gonna take all the fucking pictures.
You know, and like even at my work, people know that I like buses, so they don't give a shit. They know me.
Yeah.
And like all for you to find that it's weird to take pictures of your own buses on the road and that the drivers know you, do you think you're gonna care?
Yeah.
Like
Like, I know the super is really picky about having pictures taken of people.
Danielle there, Mr. St. Scott there, he said that within 2 weeks we're gonna have signs posted in our buses, just like the STM, like for I guess he'll. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely old Valley Field.
Yep.
And also, another thing, I did email, but apparently some of the drivers, they got the email saying that you know the fare is not about our control and all that.
We're not law enforcement. We're not going to
I know it's it's so like I don't understand when like I know. But no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get an elastic band and then just hold it and just keep it holding. I'm gonna probably connect it from the handle, from the switch to the driver's door handle.
That only works if the switch moves forward and back. The switches usually go up and down.
Yeah.
So you need to attach it below the panel on the side. Then it'll just pull us to the sideways.
But you know what? It makes me laugh when I see these people can, but only if I could. The first 3 seats, front seats, if I could block them off completely so no one sits there anymore.
Yeah.
Except for people that you know.
Yeah, personally, I don't mind.
Because the one behind me, I don't mind. That one facing direct, I hate that one with a passion because I feel someone's watching me. Hey,
No, when I was filming,
oh,
as Chris told you about.
no, what I do when I see people, like, especially the kids, because I don't give a fuck when I see them. Like, usually what I do when they don't pay, and they just walk in, I just go like this. Then I kind of, depending, I'm like, fuck. Like, just so they can hear me, fuck. But, is it gonna change anything? It's just because I don't care, you know? But I'm not taking a risk with kids today because they're all, you know, they're all violent, you know? Where's the train? You know, like, the kids today, like, go figure, you know, they have no money for the bus, but they have money for everything else. Go figure. And I think I boarded the same people twice. You know what? They walked right in the bus, 2 people. They're like, I ain't got no shit, and they just walk in. So,
Well, they have money for everything else. They want all the money. That explains why they don't have money for the bus. And that explains why people don't pay for pay when they come off the playground. It's like they're coming from playground. Of course, it all still be 75.
of course. Oh, apartments, nice ones.
Yeah. Look at the walls and shit. Downstairs it wasn't the fucking fuck.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the 640.
Yeah.
Right here?
Right over there, that roundabout. Yeah, that's where the 640 ends.
So I was saying, like, my downstairs neighbor, like, he made false noise complaints of landlord about the noise. I'm still trying to find a quarterly, but I think he has a bad window frame. So anytime it rains, the water leaks into his ceiling.
You know, honestly, what's your opinion of when wealthy building owners neglect the apartments, like especially in like Park X and DG, like
Yeah.
when they have money but yet they don't fix the apartments.
Exactly. My apartment especially.
Yeah, like there are some things we need to start bringing back capital punishment for.
Yeah.
Like that's bad, man. When people do that, like the only thing I like is that if you have a duplex and the owner lives in the duplex, that's okay because he's right there. But if the owner lives in a separate house,
Yeah, honestly, I'm in a building with corporate landlord, and they're okay.
yeah, landlord. That's it, landlord.
Yeah, yeah. Like, again, landlords are good ones or bad ones.
Hey, look at that old car.
Say that, yeah. But I'm not necessarily going to say you're bad because you rent your property to someone else. Like, I mean, fair is fair. But at the same time, you do have responsibilities to your tenants.
Yes.
Fundamentally, they have to live with conditions you're familiar with. Look, I am absolutely not going to condone that, but I can't stop you.
Because what are they gonna do with those?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's just
Because they're for trash.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were probably sold as spares with 0406.
All right.
Yeah, we should just take it, you know, and go from there.
Again, I'm not coming with you. I'm not condoning it.
You should
I
go.
can't stop them. I won't. I don't need to get it spent.
You should go.
Because I mean I already have a classic seat, you know, but you know what I can do? Hey Chris,
Yeah.
if I do get them, what I can do?
Look, I'm not going to condone it.
Just don't go.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with
ça donner?
That would be hilarious. Because I don't know who the Robert guy is that's selling these seats. Because I know that the guy, the owner of the place, because he teaches the classes, his name is, well, his last name is Frank.
Right.
So I don't know who the hell Robert is, that French guy that's selling the bus.
Who knows?
Because I know this Pierre, which was my instructor for my first 2 hours.
Because those seats can be easily power washed, no problem. And that's the thing. I just have to scrub them really good.
Look, when push comes to shove, I can lend you my, you can bring up to my mom's place and I can use the missile fabric extractor on the seat.
The what?
The missile fabric extractor.
Why?
Because it's a thing that sprays water and soap and it vacuums it out of the seat.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
An upholstery extractor.
Yeah, but because of the material, it's easy to spray, so.
Yeah. You could do it that way as well.
Or maybe I'll just take, maybe for more room, I can just take the gas guzzler.
Like, fuck, like, yeah. Like,
Because that
they're
would
all
have-
singles, they probably all fit in the back of the CRV if you fold the seats down.
Yeah. But I think I'd rather take the pilot. Because that's more space.
You have access to the pilot from your mother or father?
Well, I do because my father, like, he's had problems with his back for over a week and he hasn't left the house at all. So he's basically been just resting on the ground. So,
Okay, can I take it? I'll steal it.
well, no,
Not tonight, in fact, I think.
no. I'm going home and I'm going to bed. I need this
Tomorrow.
tomorrow after work.
Oh,
Or after.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not
No, how
doing.
about Sunday?
Yeah, but
Like at 7:30, you can go there.
that's the thing. Yeah, but it's if we have like a family dinner or something. I'm better off doing it Saturday because Saturday I end later and no one's up,
Yeah.
so I don't care.
Yeah, so you can smuggle them into the house.
Yeah. Or smuggle them into the car. At least.
Or into the shed or wherever your fucking storage space is.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of place you live in.
In a house.
Okay, then yeah, you can just smuggle them into the
he
basement.
literally lives right across the street from my elementary school.
Well, the basement or the garage or whatever the open storage was, so that's half the house.
Yeah.
So Saturday night would be the night to do it. Either tonight or Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be that big of a drive.
No, I know. I could just take the 13.
You don't even need to take the 13. Right, because I live downtown Avenue from Natalia, but yeah, you could actually do more
Yeah.
than 13.
Yeah,
Take 13.
I just get off at Henri Bourassa.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, basically where my aunt lives. Yeah, I think for some, I'm gonna have to maybe continue my filming with my camera today. I'm lucky I brought it because I'm not gonna have enough storage.
Yeah, so just do the 88 on that Argent camera.
Well, maybe not the 88 today because I want a better day for that.
51, 52.
51, yeah, 51, 52 I'll film it.
Yeah, I've been considering getting a camcorder for a walk this time, but I want like a small pocket one,
Oh.
not like the handheld ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still make them often. 'Cause I remember 5-10 years ago before the pandemic, they existed little pistol grip style camcorders.
Man, we have to get this bus with a slow fucking driver, man.
At
Sadly.
least this isn't 88 every half an hour, so.
Well, who knows? Maybe I might do. Oh, you know what? No. You know what? Actually, in the end, maybe.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll just freaking. We'll take the 88,
Yeah.
and then when I come back with him to take the bus back to Montreal, I'll just take the 90 from Saint-Eustache to Dumontagne.
Yeah.
Well, especially today, since I'm working, I need to rest.
Yeah.
because my family union says so.
Family union?
Yeah, the Saints go.
Donc, famille en Saint-Hugo.
Yeah.
Dans Saint-Hugo, travaille. Dans Saint-Hugo, quand tu vas à la maison, c'est quoi son calice? Like, seriously, who the fuck has unions in the fucking family? What the fuck are you even gonna unionize about?
Yeah.
You're not even working. You're not even getting paid to be part of your family. Like, what the fuck? Why do you have to deal with fucking union politics when you go home? I understand at work you have to negotiate with management. That makes perfect sense. But you go like fucking union management for your family? And who are you even negotiating with?
Me, myself, and I.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, no. But
You just created needless paperwork and you're costing yourself money in union dues for nothing.
Exactly. You know what I would say? Okay, fuck you.
I'm still getting up at freaking like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not physically able to sleep in,
Yeah. That's the thing, I'm the exact opposite.
but in about 13 days, me and my brothers are moving down to the basement again.
Yeah?
So,
Why?
because it's an annual thing that we do every summer from June to September, we sleep in the basement because my attic has no AC. And it's the coolest down there. So, and let me tell you, when I'm in the basement down there, I sleep like nothing, man. I sleep perfect.
Like a baby.
Like,
Yeah.
genetically, like my family are deep sleep. As a matter of fact, one of my uncles, Michelle, there was a time about 15 years ago, I think, when his now ex-wife was jumping on it up and down on his chest
Bruh.
while he was sleeping because the apartment was engulfed in flames
Hey, look,
as the
there's
whole
gold.
building was burning. And he woke up and I was like, oh, what the fuck you waking me up for? And it took him
When the fire alarm goes off in an apartment building, most people just stay. They don't bother going out.
Because they know they're gonna die.
Like the interlock sounds like shit. Like especially like days like this, I can't stay home. The only time because since it's the height of my film season, I'm only going to go out. Like, I'm only gonna stay home if it's raining.
Yeah.
If it's raining, I don't mind staying home.
But if it's like this or something,
And now, since my filming season has started, like I'm gonna just choose to go out before work.
you need to have like have time outside of the house where you can like do whatever you want.
I know. Now, since my brother's done high school or grade 12 or whatever, and since he's home,
Yeah.
it takes more advantage for me
Why?
because he's home. So if one is home, I don't have to be home.
Yeah. Why don't you film in the winter?
I do in the winter, but doing full line videos, I prefer summer. Because the problem with doing full lines in winter videos is that half the time the buses are dirty as hell and the windows. That's the problem, and it doesn't look as good. I do film in the winter, but that's really if I'm filming just as my fun time list. Like in the Quaz buses, I don't give a shit when I film those.
Yeah.
They're just extra video. It's basically that. It's basically my extra content, basically.
I know.
Yeah, one route I can't, like, the easiest is gonna be Blainville Station. That's gonna be very easy, 71, 72. But the hardest, it's going to be the Rosemary routes. Because those routes are train bus routes.
Yeah.
And apparently, I was told by my friend who's a driver, once during a winter storm, every train that came on the Central Home Line at the rush hour at PM, he did not move the whole time. If there's no passengers, you stay, because basically how it works, after you leave Rosemère, for the rest of the route, it's débarquement seulement. So you can't get on like the 15 or the set on a train bus when it's halfway through its route.
So you have to get on at Rosemère.
Yes.
And you have to find a way back to Rosemère.
Yeah.
Like if I had a car, I'd totally be willing to help you.
Yeah. But most of the
Or
time,
unless you have a driver that's willing to keep you on the bus.
but most of the time, you get to at least interline with the 23 or the 22 or 27. And what was I was gonna say there?
What are the better, like, what is your favorite town outside of Assumption for filming?
In the North Shore?
Yeah.
I would say, to be honest, Rosemère, Saint-Jérôme, Blainville.
Is it the Laurentides?
Well, yeah, but Saint-Augustin.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Laval, I love it. Better than no game.
Well, the problem is you don't spell Charlton B without A.
No. It's Jury. G-Y-Y.
You still have that's G-A-Y in it. So you can still spell Charlton B without A.
Or Chautauqua. Just like 3027 and 3028 Chouettes do.
Or more hard.
I've still yet to ask the long-time drivers. They'll know. Because go figure, the 20 route is not even in our Chouette code list.
Interesting.
It is. It's interesting why they don't have it, but yet they have it in the Chouette.
Benefit, I guess.
Hey, let's go up that hill and drive a bus down there. But let's not. But with no power, just release the brake and just let it roll. buses. It's the 89, 93, and 90, and
What about
80.
the 8?
Well, the 8 obviously, yeah, but I'm talking about local.
There's our bus we saw.
Which one?
Propane.
Oh.
Caitlin has the part that is all about shocked.
That. Hey? What time did we leave the terminus?
Like 9 o'clock.
Holy fuck. Fuck, I know. Honestly, when I'm now that I'm thinking about it, it's an hour and 15 minutes. I'd rather ride in Valleyfield, fuck. Go figure.
It's somewhat cooperative. Except maybe not because I'm an idiot. Right?
Like, I mean, if somebody starts smoking on the bus and they refuse to put it out, I gotta just say, hey, we got your cigarette or turn the bus around. And I take it back to my door.
This used to be a Novabus office, this one.
There's
This,
both.
yeah, this building.
Most of them.
Yeah, I guess, what's the next 88?
I don't know.
Check Chris. 88.
88.
Because,
1 minute clock.
maybe he'll wait, maybe, I doubt it.
Yeah, I think they'll sink. It's very weird that it's only an hour and 15 minutes.
And then there's one in 40 minutes. I can wait the 40 minutes.
I know, but still, whatever.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I know. That,
It feels forever.
Oh, I love the
yeah, no, I like it too, don't get me wrong, but, oh my god, man, it feels for, oh, there's a left turn. We're gonna wait for it then.
Yeah.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah, we're taking it. That's good.
Again, I'm on the 10
Like shit. You know what? This kind of helps because
But why is there a Vicinity on the 91? I don't get it.
That's all they have, I guess.
Well, I don't know. Well, let's wait. Let's wait then. Because you know what? I'm gonna wait for it. Because all the buses usually end at leave at the same time. So
Yeah.
Oh, this one's doing the 7:44 after.
him.
Yeah.
There you have it, guys. We're on CT Laurentides 613. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos to come. And have a good day. Thank you.